I never thought I'd be the kind of woman who plotted revenge. I was raised to believe that dignity and silence were better than drama. But when I found out what Nathan had done, something inside me shifted. Nathan wasn't just my boyfriend. He was my entire world. We'd been together for 4 years, lived in a cozy apartment, and shared everything from bills to secrets. Or at least I thought we shared everything. I trusted him so much I never even snooped through his phone. That was my first mistake. The truth came to me in the ugliest way possible. An accidental text. I'd borrowed his phone one afternoon to order takeout. A notification popped up at the top of the screen. "Last night was amazing, baby. Can't wait until you leave her, so we can be together for real." My stomach dropped. My hands shook. I felt the world blur around me. I clicked the message thread and saw months of conversations, late-night rendezvous, excuses he fed me while he was with her, even videos and pictures. Every "I love you" he'd whispered to me had been tainted, recycled words he also gave to someone else. The betrayal was suffocating. My chest burned, my eyes stung, and for a moment I couldn't breathe. But then, I didn't cry. Not right away. A strange calm settled over me. Nathan walked in just as I put his phone down. He looked at me, smiled like nothing was wrong, and said, "What's for dinner?" I stared at him and realized this man thought he could betray me, lie to my face, and still have me play the part as loyal girlfriend. He thought I'd swallow the truth quietly, too afraid of losing him to make a scene. That was when I knew he had no idea who he was dealing with. I decided I wouldn't just break up with him. I would ruin him. It started small. I screenshotted everything, every message, every photo, every declaration of love he'd sent her. I transferred them to my laptop and made neat little folders labeled by month. Then I made a copy of our lease, our joint bills, and all the proof of how I had been the one keeping him afloat financially while he played Prince Charming with her. Step 1. Exposure. Nathan prided himself on being the golden boy in his circle. He was a guy everyone trusted, the dependable friend, the charming coworker, the perfect boyfriend. His reputation was spotless, and he guarded it like a crown. So I started with his inner circle. I sent the screenshots to his closest friends, the ones he bragged to about how committed he was to me. A few were shocked, some disappointed, and one flat out told him he'd lost their respect forever. Step 2, family. Nathan's parents adored me. His mom once told me she couldn't wait for me to be her daughter-in-law. So when I emailed her the evidence, every text and picture, along with a polite note saying, "I thought you should know who your son really is," I knew it would sting. She called me in tears, apologized for her son, and confessed she had raised him better. The disappointment in her voice was its own punishment. Step 3, work. Nathan loved to mix business with personal charm. His co-workers thought he was the nicest guy in the office. What they didn't know was that one of his business trips had really been a weekend getaway with her. So I anonymously leaked the pictures of their little vacation, him holding her hand, kissing her by the pool, onto a private office group chat. By Monday, whispers followed him everywhere. Step 4, her. I debated whether to confront the other woman, but she already knew about me. Her text proved it. She didn't care she was wrecking a relationship. That made her just as guilty. So I sent her boyfriend, yes, she had one too, the entire folder. He broke up with her instantly, and suddenly Nathan didn't have a mistress to run to when his life fell apart. The night it all came crashing down, Nathan came home pale and trembling. "Why are you doing this?" he demanded. His voice cracked. "You destroyed me." I looked at him with a calm I didn't recognize in myself. "No, Nathan, you destroyed yourself. I just told the truth." He begged, he shouted. He even tried to turn on me, accusing me of being vindictive. But there was no coming back from this. His friends didn't want him around. His family couldn't even look him in the eye. His co-workers whispered behind his back. And the woman he cheated with? Gone. Me? I walked away with my head high. For the first time in years, I felt free. Free from his lies, his charm, his manipulation. He thought he could betray me and still live like nothing happened. Instead, he learned that when you cheat, the truth has teeth, And sometimes the one you betray is the one who makes sure the whole world sees you for what you really are. Nathan thought the worst had already happened. He was wrong. The final step in my plan was the one I knew would break him completely. His best friend Liam was getting married, and Nathan was supposed to be the best man. He'd been bragging for weeks about the speech he was going to give, how he'd own the room with his charm. Everyone important in his life would be there. Family, friends, coworkers, even old acquaintances. It was his perfect stage. And I decided it would also be mine. I showed up at the wedding reception looking flawless. Hair done, dressed at turn heads, and a calm smile plastered on my face. Nathan's eyes widened when he saw me. He rushed over, panicked. "You shouldn't be here," he hissed under his breath. I leaned in close, keeping my voice sweet. "Relax. I'm not here for you." But of course I was. When the toast began, Nathan strutted up to the microphone, trying desperately to reclaim his usual confident persona. He joked, he smiled. He played the role of the charming best friend. People laughed politely, though I noticed some of his buddies weren't as warm as they used to be. Then Liam, the groom, surprised everyone by handing me the microphone. "I'd like to invite our friend Sarah to say a few words too," he announced. He knew what I had planned, because I had told him. Nathan's face drained of color. I walked to the front, my heels clicking against the polished floor, and took the mic. My hands didn't shake. My voice was steady. I wasn't planning to speak tonight. I began, smiling at the crowd. But since Nathan has already said so many nice words about love and loyalty, I think it's only fair I share my experience of those qualities through him. A ripple went through the room. Nathan shifted uncomfortably, mouthing something at me, but I ignored him. I pulled out my phone. For years I believed I had a faithful, loving partner. But while I was paying bills, planning a future, and standing by his side, Nathan was doing this. I tapped my screen, and the projector lit up with screenshots of his texts. The room went dead silent. Message after message flashed. His baby, I miss you, S. The pictures of him in bed with her. The plans they made while he told me he was working late. Gasps filled the hall. A few people muttered his name in disbelief. Nathan shot to his feet. "Turn that off. This isn't the place." But Liam didn't move. He just crossed his arms, glaring at him. "Oh, I think this is exactly the place," I said calmly. You see, Nathan doesn't just cheat in the dark. He cheats while pretending to be the perfect son, the perfect friend, the perfect boyfriend. Everyone deserves to know the truth. His mother put her hands over her mouth, tears in her eyes. His father shook his head in shame. His co-workers avoided his gaze. And the girl he'd cheated with? She wasn't there. But her ex-boyfriend had shown up, and from the way he glared at Nathan, I knew the fallout wouldn't end tonight. Nathan tried to grab the mic, but I stepped back. "You wanted the spotlight, Nathan," I said evenly. "Now you've got it. This is who you are." I set the microphone down and walked off, my heels clicking in perfect rhythm with his crumbling reputation. The rest of the night, Nathan sat alone at a table, face pale, jaw tight, ignored by nearly everyone. I danced, laughed, and toasted to Liam and his new wife, feeling lighter than I had in years. When I finally left, I didn't even look at Nathan. He wasn't worth the glance. His crown was gone, his mask was shattered, and his reputation ruined beyond repair. Because sometimes revenge isn't about screaming or breaking things. It's about calmly, carefully, making sure the world sees a liar for exactly what he is. After the wedding, Nathan tried to disappear for a while. He quit showing up to gatherings, avoided his family, and even took a leave of absence from work. For months, I didn't hear from him. But the thing about reputations is that once they're shattered, they don't magically rebuild. Every time he showed his face, someone would whisper. Every time he tried to laugh, people remembered. His charm, once his greatest weapon, had become his curse, because no one believed a single word he said anymore. I moved on, slowly at first, then all at once. I got a new apartment, found joy in my own independence, and even started dating again. People told me they admired how strong I'd been, how I didn't let him break me. That was the sweetest victory of all, turning his betrayal into my strength. The last time I saw Nathan was by accident, nearly a year later. I walked into a coffee shop, and there he was, sitting alone at a corner table. He looked older, thinner, drained of that smug confidence he once carried like a crown. Our eyes met. For a second, I saw regret flicker in his face. Regret for what he did. Regret for who he'd lost. Maybe even regret for underestimating me. He opened his mouth like he wanted to speak. But I just smiled politely, turned, and walked out. Because the truth is, I didn't need his apology. I didn't need closure. I had already taken everything that mattered most to him, the image he worked so hard to protect. And the beauty of it was that he would carry the weight of his own shame forever. He cheated. I ruined his reputation. And that was the ending he deserved.